Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy, Crimson Jockey. I do that enough, people are just going to end up calling me that. Anyways, so I actually wanted to do a video talking about the Pokemon Presents, more speculation-based. I obviously, doing announcement kind of breakdowns after the fact, but I love the idea of just discussing theories and stuff and different possibilities and whatnot beforehand. I missed out on that. It's been a busy semester, and it will continue to be, probably for the rest of my college experience. But despite that, here we are talking about Pokemon news. So we got two new games, Generation 9, Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. And these logos are a little interesting. The fonts are different, which I don't know if they've ever done that before. Used different fonts for the logos. Like, it almost looks bad, especially the yellow outlines, that reaches to the next word. That looks meh. It looks better for Violet than it does for Scarlet, but it doesn't look horrible. It's a weird creative decision or choice. Like, this almost looks like something that would have been written up in MS Paint. But I like the names, Scarlet and Violet. I actually remember back when I was in middle school, I pointed out to some of my friends and stuff that all of the Pokemon games were named after colors, with the exception at the time of X and Y. And then, of course, we got Sun and Moon, and then we got Sword and Shield. So I thought they were moving away from colors, and they were just doing anything that has some type of binary thing to it. But no, we were doing Scarlet and Violet. We were returning back to the colors, which I think is all right. That's pretty cool. But yeah, the logos do look a little off, in my opinion. I'm not a fan of that yellow borderline between the words. It's so big, and it leaves a lot of, especially on Scarlet here, this space right here in the C. I don't know if you all can see my mouse, but it's meh. But anyways, so I've been discussing it with my friends, and rather than being a good content creator and pulling up the stuff individually, I'm just going to run through this group chat and discuss them point by point with you all. So we have 3 new Pokemon starters, as is usual, per generation. We have Sprigatito, I think is how you say that one's name. Duxley, I think is that one. And then I forget the fire turtle thingy. Quaxley. Okay, so we have Sprigatito. I don't know how to pronounce these words. Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley. So, pretty cool. The main speculation as of now is that the region is inspired by Spain. So, pretty cool. I think it's about time we get some Spanish representation in Pokemon. I almost said in Smash, because that's normally what I do. But yeah, so between these 3 starters, admittedly, I am more into the cat. So I've just naturally always leaned more towards the grass and fire starters. My picks are Charmander, Cyndaquil, Trico, Chimchar, Oshawott. Oshawott's an oddball. I don't like the Univern starters at all. So, but if I have to pick any of the 3, it's Oshawott. Then Chestnut and Froakie. I like them both. I like Greninja more than I like Chestnut, but I like Chespin more than I do Froakie. And then Rowlet, and then Cinderace / Scorbunny. But I really like Rillaboom. Rillaboom's a really well-designed Pokemon that I like a lot. So yeah, I've really only picked water a handful of times, with Oshawott and Froakie. And then I like Totodile a decent bit, but normally I just go with Cyndaquil. So between these 3, I think I'm feeling Sprigatito. This thing reminds me of one of those villains from Bowser's Inside Story or one of the Mario RPGs. It's Spike. It reminds me of Spike. That's who it reminds me of. So we got Spike. That's probably, if I ever do get a hold of this Pokemon, it's probably what I would name it. Let's see if I can actually get a picture of Spike up on the screen. With my computer being as low as it is. Yeah, so it reminds me of Spike. You can see it a little bit. Why is my computer doing that? That's really weird. So yeah, it reminds me of Spike a little bit. So obviously the color pattern's different, but the hair, you see the hair And then the eyes and the mouth is really where I see the similarities. And the body shape. The body shape, very dinosaur-like or whatever. So, yep, so we got our little, what's this guy's name? Fuecoco. And then we got Quaxley. So, Quaxley, a bunch of people have been drawing similarities between this and Donald Duck. So that's it's a pretty good observation to make. So yeah, some people are saying Spain. Some people are saying Portugal. When I first saw the trailer, I thought it was either Spain or Mexico. But I love it. So yeah, we have Spain and maybe Portugal. So we have, yeah, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley. I love it, I love it, I love it. Scroll down here. What's this link? Let's get rid of these. Let's see. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet take a new evolutionary step. Trainers can explore an open world where various towns with no borders blend seamlessly into the wilderness. Pokemon can be seen everywhere in this wide open world, in the skies, in the sea, and on the streets. So, it seems like they're kind of like diving straight into a more open world experience with this quote from the website, which actually I will be pulling up later. So, yeah, it seems like I think there still has to be some type of like borders between, you know, towns and wild areas, or, you know, just I guess routes and stuff. I don't see them making that big of a jump. If anything, I think it's going to be as big as Legends Arceus, but it's going to be progressive in the sense of you're moving from point A to point B to point C to point D, etc. Like Sword and Shield and every other Pokemon game we know. You know, you go in this relatively linear path, you know, from your hometown, and then you move on to the gym towns and so on and so forth. But I think that the routes are now going to be completely, fully committed, open world areas. Because like Sword and Shield was weird, because you had the wild areas between the majority of the towns, but then you also had regular routes as well. So it was weird. So I think here, all of the routes in between the towns are open world. I think is what they're saying. So I find this hard to believe. An open world where various towns with no borders blend seamlessly. Like, I think when you leave a route and go into a town, there's still going to be the border of loading time. Like, I don't know if this is talking about the towns not having, like, walls or borders or whatever. My arm's itching. Or if it's referring to, like, load times and stuff, which is what I think it's doing. So I find that a little hard to believe if it's talking about, you know, like load times and whatever. So here I quote the thing again. As one of the main characters, you'll set off on your adventure. Your outfit will vary depending on whether you play Scarlet or Violet. So I'll actually show those here in a minute, and then here's a YouTube video I found by Hybrid Hero, who thinks that it's Spain. So let's get this here. I think this was the thing about Pokemon Home compatibility. I believe it was, because it's a screenshot from Scarlet and Violet. Yep, that has Hisui and Zoroark in it. Yep, and so you can see that this isn't Pokemon Legends Arceus. This is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You can tell by the character here in the background, because that those design and clothes aren't in the game of Legends Arceus. So, yeah. So, and if Scarlet and Violet are coming with Pokemon Home compatibility, then Legends Arceus does as well. So it may be a while before we get that capability, because it seems like Generation 9 is going to be the generation that the Pokemon Company wants everyone to put Pokemon Home onto. So, which means Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and Legends Arceus are not going to be directly compatible. You can't switch Pokemon in and out between those games. So you go from Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl to Pokemon Home, and then from Pokemon Home, you go to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Likewise with Legends Arceus, you go from Legends Arceus to Pokemon Home, and then from Pokemon Home, you go to Scarlet and Violet. So it doesn't seem like Legends Arceus and BDSP are actually going to be compatible, which is pretty sad. I mean, like, it seems really sad. Well, I guess with both games being Sinnoh, in their own respect, and then with both of them being on the Switch, you would think that they would just be compatible, but I guess that would also be true for Sword and Shield and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So then I was talking to my friends here about how Gens 1 through 4 are all in Japan. We have Sinnoh up here, Kanto, the Sevi Islands, Johto, and then Hoenn, which is like sideways. So Generation 5 was when they started going, obviously, worldwide. Unova was New York in America. Kalos was France. And then Olola, we returned to the Americas with Hawaii. And then Generation 8 was Galar, obviously. So we have Japan, then we have America, and then France and England. So, and then now we're getting Spain. So, which is honestly great. I love that. So, it keeps going down. Oh, okay. And then here's another. This is a screenshot from someone's community tab on YouTube. I forget who, so I apologize. But here are some tidbits I figured out so far. 100% convinced that the region is based on Spain and maybe Portugal. The architecture fits, but also the map in the room. Looks very much like the Iberian Peninsula. The grass starter is Sprigatito, maybe. Combo of Sprig and Gatito, Spanish for kitten. Further evidence, the region is Spain. The fire starter, Fuecoco, combo of Fuego? Fuego and Cocodrillo, Spanish for fire and crocodile. The water starter is Quaxley, a combo of Quack and, I think, Laxley, which means in a permissively lenient manner. Lax, yeah, like two, yeah. This is the name origin I'm least certain of. This is, then he says that his favorite is the water duck. Scarlet and Violet seem to somehow represent fruit. There's imagery of the pair of both the live-action trailers. What? There's imagery of the pair? Oh, of both in the live-action. Okay, well, we can go back and look at the trailer then, here in a minute. And then I have these. So these are pictures. This is a picture here of the costumes being differently for the trainers. I think so, right? So in Scarlet, they're red, or it's a white top with like red pants and a skirt. And then in Violet, it's, like a gray top. Yeah. Here we go. If it wants to pull up. Even the socks and the shoes change. So I will say, I think the hats would look better opposite. I think the silver hats would look better with the Scarlet design, and the Scarlet hats would look better with the Violet design. I mean, like, this is good, obviously. I like the blue with the little pant strings, so-and-so. And then we move over here. I do like how these kids look like they're 10, Like, all the other Pokemon protagonists, a bunch of people are like, oh, yeah, they're like 15, 16-year-old teenagers. It's like, no, they're supposed to be 10. So a lot of that fan art, pretty bad. But no, these characters look a lot like they're 10 years old. They look pretty, like, plain. Like, normally, I mean, like, these two look nearly identical here. Aside from the fact that one has long hair and one's, has short hair. But there's no, like, specific, I guess, features to indicate, that this is boy or this is girl. They look more synonymous, which I think is a good thing, Like, that's pretty cool, especially in comparison to all Pokemon game protagonists. Like, the majority of them are just like boy, girl, boy, girl. No, these are more blurred, which is pretty cool. So let's go to images. I think Google had an update. I don't like that images is all the way up there now. Is this going to be with Generation 8? It may not be. I think that only goes up to 5.2, and then that only goes up to X and Y. Here we go. This is everything up to Galar. Let's zoom in. Very low quality picture. But so we have red, and then we have gold and silver, and then we have sapphire and ruby, or vice versa, ruby and sapphire. And then we have Brendan and May, red and leaf, Lucas Dawn, or actually I guess Pearl and Platinum, and then Lucas and Dawn, and then Ethan and Marie, I forget her, Lyra, I forget her name. And then I forget which one's Hilbert, and like which one's black, which one's white, which one's Hilbert, which one's Helda. The black and white protagonists, I always get them mixed up. And then X and Y. I don't know the remake names for Oras. And then Sun and Moon. And then we have Let's Go. No, what is it? Where are these guys from? I don't actually know. Scoot. Is this Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? I guess it is. They look a lot younger. But anyways, like if you notice, like a lot of the characters here, they're different. Like they're obviously like boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. And they have different clothes to tell them apart. Like Ethan has a red jacket, Lila has the overall jeans, different hats, etc. And so these are a lot more synonymous, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So let's go out of here. Look at this post. Part of me does want to actually look up how to say the cat's name legitimately. Okay, the Gen 9 Pokemon League could be inspired by the Sagrada Familia from Barcelona in Spain. I hope I said that right, Sagrada. The accent marks aren't on there, or at least not from my browser, so I can't tell if there are accent marks. And even if there were, I don't know if I could say them right. Languages are not my forte, dude. I took 7 years of Latin, and then I've done Hebrew and Greek in school. So I am languaged out, right? So that's Pokemon League. And then this is the Sagrada Familia from Barcelona. So yeah, in Spain. So that makes a lot of sense. So let's pull this up. Barcelona. I don't think that might be the Elvis song. Barcelona. Barcelona. According to the Japanese website for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they definitely are confirmed to be open world with towns all around the region. They also mention how Pokemon from other regions can transfer via Pokemon Home, including those from Legends Arceus. Yeah, so that's just further basically. They definitely are confirmed to be open world. I find that hard to believe. That's such a huge jump. Well, I guess it's not that huge. Like going from X and Y to this would be pretty huge. Like they experimented with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. They started having Pokemon in the overworld. And then with Sword and Shield, they had the wild areas, Pokemon in the overworld. Legends Arceus is really the biggest thing that they've done as far as open world areas go and interacting with Pokemon. So I guess they're, I mean, a lot of these assets are probably the same from Legends Arceus. So I think we can expect a lot of overlap from Pokemon in Legends Arceus to Scarlet and Violet as far as like what Pokemon are going to be coming in. Assuming no National Dex, probably not going to get that, which would suck, especially because we haven't had the National Dex since the 3DS. And with them kind of kabutting the 3DS eShops now, this is all we're left with. So it would be very sad if we're not able to experience all of our Pokemon now. It was sad before, but it's even more sad now. So, yeah, so let's actually look at the trailer. I want to see Pokemon Scarlet, I can't type, Scarlet and Violet trailer. But yeah, so if I have to pick a starter, it's probably going to be the Scrigagito? Is it an SC? I forget. Sprigagito. Sprigagito. Let's actually see. Spriggan. Oh, okay. I mean, well, yeah, that's how you say Spriggan. So, I don't know what a Spriggan is. Borrowed from Cornish plural, meaning spirits. Okay. I don't think that's what they're pulling this from. Country, England. Grouping, fairy? So this may have been something used for Sword and Shield. But anyway, so Sprigagito is the best way that we're going to probably say it. So let's look at the announcement trailer. Excuse me. Barcelona. Barcelona. Alright. We have a little security guy. I wonder what that Pokemon is supposed to be. Like, if it's supposed to be one of the starters, or if it's Pikachu, or if it's a legendary, maybe. It would be cool if this was the actual, like, building that they worked in. You know, this was like an actual hallway. Like, maybe this isn't like an actual room, you know? Like, it was a prop room designed for the trailer. But I do love this. I really do. Alright, so now that we're looking at this too, we can actually take a slower look at the game itself. Okay, so yeah, so we have a very Spanish-looking huge building here in the middle. Pokemon Center there. We see a pretty well-developed or newly developed building. That looks like a laboratory up there. Because all of these are obviously like older towns and buildings, older castle marks, etc. But that's a fairly new building. And then we can look here too. Actually, no, go back just a split second for me. So you can look at the trees and see how low res those are. I don't really care about graphics as much in Pokemon, but I am pointing it out. The rainbow's a cool touch though. But yeah, you can just see how flat these trees look. I can't zoom in on a YouTube video. Oh well. So, all right, keep going. This looks nice. I mean, like, it's probably just because we're a lot closer to the trees now. So this is the actual inside of that town. I assume it's the same town. Let's get another look at it, because there's a Pokemon Center in the town again. It may not be. Unless it's that right there, but that's really hard to tell. Okay, so we have Starlies. A cave over there. Huge outlook. Windmills. Almost gives me like Scotland vibes. Hoppip. Petals, and I forget these things. Psyduck, and then these look like a swampland area. Driftbloom and Combee. Meowth. I love this. This is really good world building here. Stonehenge. More. Are the Stonehenges in Scotland? That's not how you spell stone. England. My bad. Oh yeah, because they're from Galar. Duh. Okay. The Clawitz are pre-evolution, and shoot, what are these things? Pelipers. Swablu. So this is what made me think it was like, at first when I saw this kind of architecture, I immediately thought like Mario Sunshine and Delfino Plaza, which is heavily inspired by, you know, Spanish architecture and stuff. So I was thinking Spain or Mexico when I first saw this. Bless me. These characters look almost like Play-Doh. Like, they don't look like Pokemon characters. They look like the wannabe Miis from Nintendo Sports. Blissey, Survivor, Larvitar, Magnemite, Lucario, Aura Sphere, Dratini Fountain. It's great. Yeah, and then this gives me a lot more Spain, Mexico vibes here as well. Yeah, and like the character, they have more facial depth to them. Like they really do look Play-Doh in a sense, but not to say that that's bad. Is they just look more like character figurines. You know what I'm saying? Like Barbie dolls a little bit. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that there's a lot of clay, I guess, in their face. Like, yeah, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Ooh, Pokeballs? That's a big Pokeball. Two smaller ones, big one. Okay. I still don't see anything that would kind of see where they're drawing Scarlet and Violet from. Oh wait, what was that? The fruit? That could have been what it was earlier. Okay. Violet, grape, fruit. Right here too. That looks like grapes over there. I don't know what that. Oh, that's an orange. Maybe? Because those are oranges. Right here, right? Oh yeah. Oranges or like tangerine or something. And then yeah. So I guess it is related to fruit in some ways. And then Sprigagito. Fue? Oh, actually, it may not be few. It may be fue. Fue Coco instead of few. So Fue Coco? I don't know. Just gonna have to wait for the English dub anime to come out. Like how we got Arceus and Arceus. And then Quaxley. So, okay. I like it. Alright, so, if I had to give my best guess as far as what types these Pokemon are going to turn into, I don't actually know off the top of my head. If I just had to go pure speculation, here's what I'd say. I'd say either for a little water guy here, Quaxley, probably either water flying. I would like it to be a base water flying starter. I wish we got more starters that were dual type. Bulbasaur, the only ones we have are Bulbasaur, Grass Poison, and Rowlet, Grass Flying. And Rowlet changes types into Grass Ghost or Grass Fighting, which I don't think it should have. I think it should have remained Grass Flying for Legends Arceus. But anyways, so I could see this thing starting out as a water flying type. I think it would be weird if it didn't, personally speaking. And then, it could learn like Wing Attack or something at like level 14, 15, and then it would have kind of like an upper hand against Sprigagito. I keep on wanting to say Skrigagito. But anyways, so I think for Quaxley, maybe like, I want to say water flying is what it's. Well, actually, no, we know it's base type. It's on the website, isn't it? Pokemon. We'll type in the trailer search again, but we'll just do website. Yeah, so the official website should tell us what type it is. And I think it might actually just be pure water. Yeah, it's just water, unless they're just not telling us. So we have the capricious, attention-seeking grass cat, the laid-back fire croc Pokemon, and the earnest and tidy duckling. So Torrent plays an Overgrow. Grass cat, fire croc, duckling. Okay. So it's not a flying type in and of itself. So with a name like Quaxley, makes me want to think it's like going to be almost like Farfetch'd or like Surfetch'd in a way, especially with the little hat it's got. But I don't know. I don't know. So maybe water fighting? I don't know. So I'm getting a lot of Donald Duck vibes from this guy, and I'm a Kingdom Hearts dude. So Donald Duck to me, I think of a magician. So I'm thinking water psychic as well. Either way would be great because we don't have those types for water starters yet. Water fighting and water psychic we don't have. I just want them to do something new with the types. I want them to be new types that we haven't seen the previous starter's been before. I don't want a pure type. I don't want anything like that. I just want new type combinations. So, for our starters. So, I would love Water Fighting or Water Psychic. I think those would work well for this Pokemon. Maybe even Water Flying. You know, it could evolve into like a bigger duck and be a Water Flying type, right? So, those are my 3 picks for Quaxley, right? For Fuecoco, it's either Fue or Few. I don't know. Let me know in the comments how I'm supposed to be pronouncing these things. I am very illiterate. So I'm going to go with Fue. So Fuecoco. Fire, it's supposed to be a crocodile. So maybe Fire Ground? Fire Water, that would be really interesting. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. But Fire Water would be so interesting. Maybe Fire Poison? Fire Poison and Fire Ground are the only ones I can think. Especially, too, because like he seems pretty, like, stout, you know, with his, like, feet. So he's not a quadruped. He's bipedal. So, or bipedal, whatever. So I'm thinking Fire Poison, Fire Ground, what are some other types? Fire Steel? I don't know. Any of those would be new, though, for fire starters, which would be cool. Maybe Fire Dark, but we did get that with Incineroar, so I would prefer not to get that again. But it could. So, and then we got, I don't know where to put the emphasis. Like, is it Sprig, or is it Sprigagito, or is it Sprigatito? Like, I don't know where to put the emphasis on the syllables here. Sprigagito would be the Sprigagito. Sprigatito, maybe. So, Grass Cat Pokemon has the weed symbol on its forehead. I don't know. Like, if this was Galar, I probably would say, like, Grass Dark or Grass Fairy or something. But I don't know. This might be pure grass. I just don't know. I don't know. I really just hope it's a new typing. You know, that's my main thing. And like some of these could be bipedal, or not bipedal. Some of these could like switch, you know. So like Fuecoco here is bipedal, but its final evolution could be quadruped. Like I'm not against that idea. Just as long as we don't get like a Snivy instance where it has arms and legs for 2 out of the 3 main evolutions. Let's just don't do that. But like Sprigatito, it could stay a bipedal, or it could stay quadruped. It doesn't have to get on all 2s. So, but it's like a 4-legged fairy type. Like some types just have, they just presuppose certain body types too. So it's weird. I don't know what type I would give Sprigatito. You know, like Spain. I don't know. But I do think Water Psychic, Water Fighting, or Water Flying, Psychic, or Fighting. Probably Fire Ground. Fire Rock would go against the, So if we wanted to make altering rock, paper, scissors. So it's, you know, water beats fire, fire beats grass, grass beats water. If we wanted to reverse that, okay, what we could do is, say Quaxley becomes Water Flying, okay? So, the fire, if it was Fire Rock, the rock would be able to beat the flying, although water would be 4 times effective. So maybe not. Fire Rock's a very kind of crap typing, unless it's just really, really bulky. And if it was rock, what beats rock? Like fighting? Grass fighting's a horrible type. Flying just kills that thing. Yeah, so then flying would beat it. So, I don't know, maybe they might do that fighting, rock, and flying. Flying beats fighting, fighting beats rock, rocks beats flying. So they could reverse it like that. If they're doing like kind of like a reverse rock, paper, scissors system. I don't know. But very interested to see where these guys are. I am currently team Sprigatito. I am on the team of the one that I can't pronounce. And then if I had to pick a runner-up, it would be Fuecoco. And then Quaxley, sorry. I'm just not into water types. I don't know why. I'm not into them. They're not cool, in my opinion. Or the starters, at least. They're rough. Like, I like some of them. Blastoise, Totodile, Swampert, Greninja. I like them. It's just the fire and grass ones have much better designs, in my opinion. They look cooler. They're more effective, too, especially fire types. Fire types, if you want an easy playthrough, you normally just pick fire types. Because the first couple gyms are normally weak to fire to some degree, like bug or grass or something. Anyways. So yeah, I like Sprigatito. And then Fuecoco would be my second pick. So let me know what you guys think about the game as a whole. What starter are you going to pick? Stuff like that. Please, for the love of God, help me learn how to pronounce this Pokemon name, because this is rough. So anyways, there does seem to be some type of like element with fruit as well, so those might, that might have something to do with the legendaries. Scarlet could be some type of like orange or something, or like some orange related Pokemon. Violet would be grape, etc. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This is Crimson Jockey logging out. Peace.